Hi and welcome to Toys, Figures and Robots. When it comes to my collection and my collecting philosophy, I like to pick up toy representations of some of my favourite movies, whether it be the characters or the vehicles. And with that, a lot of the time I want to pick up something that is very screen accurate. But sometimes I will go off-piste and I will literally pick up that representation that is somewhat interesting or slightly different and kind of just looks cool. And that is the case with Aliens and Predator. So this is my little collection spotlight for those two films. So taking a look at Predator first, we have the thermal vision Predator from the film Predators as my representation. I've got to tell you, I've not seen the film. I know nothing about it. I have no idea where this guy fits in. I can't tell you anything at all about that film, but I don't care because it's full of translucent plastic. It's completely made out of clear blue plastic with fluorescent paint apps all over him to give him that look of being seen through thermal vision as the Predators do. As I said, I go off-piste when it comes to figures sometimes, and although it's technically not a kind of screen accurate look for Predator or Predator 2, it's what I associate with the Predator. For various parts of the first movie, you see him looking at the Marines and seeing them with thermal vision, and I associate that with the Predator. And to have the Predator as that, it's just kind of a bit more visually interesting and a different kind of toy to have. My collection is always evolving, and at some point I'd love to get a Predator 2 action figure, something very screen accurate, but because this was in the sale, I picked up a NECA figure for under 20 quid, and I just think it's really cool and really varied. Like, it's such a stunning mould anyway to have, and most of the Predators use this exact same mould, but when it hits the light it absolutely pops, and it's full of articulation like any standard NECA. Arm swivels, wrists, waist, knees, legs. I've got him in quite a wide stance, so it actually makes him look smaller than he normally is. But yeah, if you put his legs back to a normal kind of straight stance, he is a towering. He's actually just a bit bigger than 7. I'd say 7.5 inches. Super sharp blades, and as I said, the fluorescent paintwork is really cool. It looks like pure thermal vision. It's a really fun and interesting take on the Predator. Taking a look at some of the other details, his dreadlocks are of that malleable soft plastic, so when you do move the articulation, I've got no fear of breakages, and when it hits the light, it's just, the light shines through. As I said, an absolute sucker for translucent plastic across various figures, whether it's action figures or robots. Fun, interesting, different take on a beloved film franchise of mine. So that is NECA's Thermal Vision Predator. Aliens then. What do I have for my representation for Aliens? Well, here's where I go really off-piste. I have Sergeant Apone. I think he's actually called Space Marine Apone, and it is NECA's homage to the early 90s Kenner toys for Aliens. Yep, you heard that correct. Back in the 90s, they made toys for kids of an 18 movie. Obviously, he looks nothing at all like the movie. And back then, I had seen them in catalogues and here and there, but I was at that age where I was now kind of getting out of toys, but I still had, like, I liked looking at, you know, the Argos and the Index catalogue. Who doesn't? And I remember seeing them, but thinking, oh, that looks nothing like Aliens. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm too old for toys. But when I saw this about 2 years ago, I was just like, wow, that's really cool. And it did spark memories of me having thoughts about that toy and kind of thinking back, you know, when I got it like a year and a half ago, I definitely felt at that period I'd missed out, and it's super cool. They have absolutely nailed that original look with his signature t-shirt and his bionic arm implants. It's just how he looks on the card and in the Dark Horse comic. And the way that NECA do their sculpting, it's just so beautifully done. He's incredibly muscular. You know, that he looks grimy. The leather's just all that little bit worn. The cybernetic implants are all kind of like greasy. His boots are all dirtied up, and I just think the green and the yellow and the red combo just absolutely shine. It's, as I said, it's a very different take on these two movies that I absolutely adore, and it's just making collecting just that extra dimension to it. It's a really cool version of a character, and you know, Sergeant Apone didn't really get that much scenes in Aliens. Yeah, he's the Sarge and he kind of does a bit, but now he's turned into a just absolute hard ass alien killing space marine with, you know, just very toy centric weapons, you know, a grenade on a whip. He also comes with a really well done rifle. It's dry brushed. There's two different colours. There's a leather strap. The detail on his comms. Tidy moustache. You gotta love an action figure with a moustache. As I mentioned when I talked about Predator, my collection's always evolving, and for sure I want to pick up a Brett from the NECA 40th or 50th anniversary line. That's one that has definitely jumped off the screen and into your hand look. But for the moment, Apone is sitting pride of place on the shelves for my representation for Aliens. So this has been my collection spotlight on two of my favourite films. I've been Rudy Sassoon. This has been Toys, Figures and Robots. And as COVID-19 continues, stay home, stay safe, stay strong. Thanks for watching.